Every 3 years, the best sailors on the planet compete in the world's toughest offshore challenge, the Volvo Ocean Race.
1, 2, go!
It's tense.
For the 12th edition, 7 teams left Alicante, Spain, to cross 4 oceans and 5 continents over 9 months. It is the ultimate endurance test that all professional sailors dream of doing.
It's just relentless.
With a fleet solely composed of the Volvo Ocean 65, a boat designed to take on the most grueling offshore race. Crews are pushed to the limit in a competition that has never been closer. Battling 24/7, fighting storms, and defying the worst that Mother Nature can throw at them.
You get a beating out there.
Pushing the crews to a place where there is only a thin margin between winning the leg.
Fantastic, we're on top of the world. So proud of my team.
First win. Nice, very nice.
Or losing it all.
Holy shit, I can't believe this. I can't actually believe this happened.
This is their story. Sanya is the 4th stopover port of the Volvo Ocean Race and is also the home base of Dongfeng race team. It's the 3rd time that the race has stopped in China. After spending nearly 4 weeks at sea, all the boats went through the boatyard's much-needed maintenance and are now ready to race again. Miles away back in Australia, one person is really missing being on the boat. Team SCA bowman Sophie injured her back during the 2nd leg and has been in recovery mode ever since in her hometown of Mornington.
Getting injured was the last thing I ever thought would happen to me. I had a goal of doing every single leg of the race and, wanting to have a complete lap around the world. So it was pretty much devastating, I guess, when you find out how bad you've injured yourself and that you're off the boat, and it's kind of indefinite how long I'm off the boat. You just got to try and keep your head up high.
Sophie hurt her back during a sail change, and if at first she thought it was a minor injury, the pain and restricted movement seemed to indicate a more serious one.
2 weeks on the boat with the most excruciating pain I've probably ever had in my life. There's no chance to get off the boat. As long as you're not going to die, you pretty much continue the leg and stay in the race. And basically, I stopped doing a lot of my jobs on the board and had to get help from the other girls and stop lifting anything heavy. And then as soon as there was any wind, it was just a nightmare because the boat's on a 25-degree angle and you're going fast and, the movement of the boat's unpredictable and sitting, standing, lying down, everything was uncomfortable. It's not much fun, but yeah, I just had to wait until we got to Abu Dhabi until I could get off. For the 2 weeks, I didn't really know what I'd actually done to my back. I'd assumed it was something semi-bad because I had such bad pain that wasn't getting any better. But our team doctor, Antonio, and our physio, they basically took me off straight away and assessed me. And then after 3 days, they decided to take me for an MRI because I was not improving. And yeah, that's when they diagnosed me with a herniated disc.
So this was a jug of water.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now lift this one up. And then this one. Oh, not bad. Okay.
It causes a lot of pain because the nerves supply down your legs and in other areas of your body. The pain often travels in that path. So I had extreme pain down my left leg, and then also with the compression of the nerve, you can lose the function and the strength in your different parts of your body. So I'd lost strength and function in my lower part of my left leg and my foot.
We start increasing your cardiovascular work, general strength, general mobility. My concern remains the shunt. Okay.
The only way to fix what I had was to have an operation to remove that part of the disc that was compressing the nerve.
Going back to live with mum and dad is not always easy for a grown-up, but Sophie's got her own pad sorted.
This is my caravan that I'm staying in while I'm in Australia. I'm staying in here because my mum and dad live here in their house, but they don't have a spare room for me. A bit like living on a boat, although it's quite a lot more comfortable. I have a nice big bed, which is good and it's dry. And yeah, it doesn't move around very much, so it's a bit like camping, but it's a lot nicer than being on a carbon fibre boat in the middle of the ocean, I can tell you that. My goal is to get back on the boat and in the race in Auckland. So I have until, I think the boats dock off on the 15th of March, so fingers crossed that I can keep my head up and keep working hard on all my getting fit and strong again. It's going to mean everything to me, I think, to get back on the boat and back in the race. And the leg from Auckland to Brazil is the one I've been dreaming of doing my entire life, going down in the Southern Ocean. So yeah, it means the world to me. I don't want to miss it. I'm struggling that I'm going to be missing the leg from Sanya to New Zealand. I just got to keep thinking of that and working hard, because I would be pretty disappointed if I couldn't get back in time. But at the same time, I got to look after my back, and yeah, I don't want to hurt my back again. So I've got to be at least 100% to get back on the boat.
Sophie will have to wait another few weeks before knowing if she's fit enough to rejoin her team. Meanwhile, back in Sanya, Team Brunel's younger crew members are learning some new fighting tricks to bring back onto the water.
Kungfu lessons we have today. It's typical Chinese, I think, so we join it. I think there's a big hotshot Kungfu guy here from Sanya. Maybe Rocky and I can teach the other guys as well a little bit of his moves. It would be nice.
I'm always up to new challenges, especially up to new sports, and try to do some stuff. It's really exciting, especially in the professional area, like in China, to do Kung Fu. I think it's really exciting and a good experience. Before sailing, I was playing tennis, trying to play tennis, and before that I did some karate. I even had my kimono thing and everything, but I never went too far from competition and stuff. So it wasn't pretty serious, but I still have some memories of that.
Like any other sport, before doing it, there is some learning to be done. These guys love competition and have fire in their belly, so they won't need much convincing to start fighting.
I never did a sport like this before. I think only one time kickboxing, and then I end up in the bar after 5 minutes. So I think it will be my last time, because I'm not really skilled. Maybe it's idea to help this with Andrew Kay, because he's really bad in interviews. So maybe he will give good answers as well. Eh? Andrew, watch out! I'm more a nice guy.
We had this discussion actually when we were sailing, and Stefan was 100% sure that he will take us all, because his excuse was because he's crazy.
You saw me, I'm not so skilled. Rokas, he's a talented guy. But it's not about how strong you are, it's how smart you are.
It seems that Stefan and Rokas may be safer on a boat than when doing Kung Fu.
Sanya Lui2 Golf Club.
Stopovers are also good places for old friends to catch up.
Maybe they can cap in some balls with actually flying.
For this edition of the race, the old friends have become foes.
Oh, yeah, they're balls.
Oh, we get balls. This guy was with me on Groupama, the last edition, and we won the race together. It was a good 2 years with him, sharing a lot of moments, bad and good. No words between us, so after 2 years and a half, it's a good sign.
Having support on the water also means pushing the competition harder, but it's also about having somebody looking out for you.
We know each other quite well, but now we're fighting hard against each other in this race. It's not strange for people to change teams or go to other teams like in football, but the strange thing here with the sailing is that we actually live together for almost two years. I mean, on the boat we share the space of a very small apartment, so we know each other very, very well. It's good and bad to race against your friends.
The former teammates know each other's strengths and weaknesses. But out at sea, there's little time to think about what the other person is doing.
When you're on the water, it's like, where's Dongfeng, where's Abu Dhabi? She's in front, she's behind, okay, what they did, what they do. It's not Martin Stromberg on the Dongfeng team or Charles Caudrelian on the Dongfeng team. You say, where's Dongfeng? He looks much better than me. Eh? We know that it's a good team with all the French on Martin and the new Chinese on board. It's a very strong team with a lot of knowledge of the race, and knowledge of racing in general. This is why they are now leading the race. It's for us now to try to go at this level, but it will be hard. Hey, good. You play golf?
Nice. That was a very, very long time. For me, it's all sweet that we won leg 3. We would have loved to be there when the guys came into Sanya, because I mean we've been here for 2 months last year preparing for the race, and to see the guys come in here would be fantastic. Oh, nice! It really is the final hour before we leave, and it's really hard to get a little bit of time to just do something just for fun, not just to make the boat go fast.
All through the Volvo Ocean Race, in every stopover, the fleet competes in an in-port race.
Stand by. Go early.
And if the results do not count towards the overall leaderboard, they could be used in the event of a tie at the end of the competition. Inspired by being on their home turf in Sanya, Dongfeng race team claimed victory in the 4th round of the in-port series. The following morning, it's time for the crews to turn their thoughts to the upcoming leg as they head to the race village with the departure time fast approaching. Team Mapfre's official photographer Maria is the fiancée of crew member Nettie.
Guys just left the base, so they're going to the sailor stairs for the parade. And I just have to follow them and take pictures of the crowd and the race village, which is quite busy today. Yes, it's quite difficult sometimes when they leave and you have to stay and do your job instead of, focusing on your job instead of saying goodbye. But it's what we want. That's why we are here. And I guess some of the boys that doesn't have their wives here, so I think that we are lucky that we can be together in all the stopovers instead of some of them. So I can't complain.
For Maria, it's a great opportunity to capture the sailors' last moments before leaving.
I want a picture of the dragons with one of our sailors. Can it be possible? All right, sorry, can you get up? ¿Te levantas, Toño? ¿De pie? Abrázales, no, please.
A job not always made easy by the local sailing fans.
It's impossible to take a normal picture just for the short group. All the Chinese people want to take pictures with them, so it's quite funny, but it makes your job a little bit harder. Okay, now it's my turn. Okay, enough. Okay,
But it's always hard to say goodbye.
I'm getting used to it. It's already so many times we did it. So the first time is always the hard one, the first leg. But now once you do the race, you get used to it. And so yeah, obviously I'm gonna miss her and I'm gonna miss to be on shore.
Once the festivities are over, it's time for the sailors to turn their thoughts to the race.
concentrate
on, my work and breathe very hard, and that's it. Relax.
With Mapfre heading off, it's also time for Abu Dhabi ocean racing to get moving, with one crew member happy to be returning from illness.
It is nice to be back. I was in a pretty bad way for a while, so it was nice to just have a few weeks of looking after myself and getting ready for this leg and for the rest of the race. So you get back and you got more energy and you're really excited to be back. So it's nice to be back on board for sure. Yeah, I don't think they miss me very much though.
There's also some new blood on board the boat after an emergency call to replace Adil, who is sick.
Well, Adil emailed early this morning, said he'd been up all night vomiting. And so I was up about 7, started talking to Phil, we got the doctors involved. To start with, our thinking was that we'd just take him anyway, and then he could recover on board, but there's the big risk is if he doesn't get better for some reason, or if he starts infecting everybody else, then we could have a pretty big problem on our hands. So I guess by about 8:30 we realised that the more sensible thing was to see if Alex could do the legs. So yeah, phoned up Alex, asked him what he had on in the next few weeks.
Got a phone call from our general manager Phil saying it's highly unlikely but just stand by. And then around 8:30, 9 o'clock I got a phone call from Ian saying pack your bags. So it progressed pretty quickly. So yeah, I had to rush back to the boat, back to the hotel, organise my life a little bit and then get the passport back down as soon as I could.
Same as with practice.
Yeah.
I mean, offshore everything's a lot slower and a lot easier for sure. And the reasons Alex is on his shore team is he's a keen sailor and he's a young guy who's hoping to have an opportunity. And now he's got that opportunity, so hopefully it's good for him. We're happy to have him. Obviously Adil's a loss, but he can take that time out and get stronger and be ready for the next leg. So these things happen. It's a 9-month race. People are going to get ill, people are going to get injured, and fortunately in our team we've got the depth to be able to cover that.
Looking forward to getting into it. Super excited. A little bit nervous.
Well, he hasn't picked a great leg, as we know we're going off basically into the teeth of a storm. It's not going to be the greatest leg in the world, I don't think.
Happy? I'll lift it from the other side.
When I was in my early 20s, I was a pretty happy man if I got to see a Volvo boat, let alone sail on one. So, you've got to jump at these opportunities, and sometimes that can make or break a whole sailing career. You get some experience here, you do a good job, you impress someone, and in the next race you get asked to do it again, and before you know it, you're a professional sailor and on your 3rd or 4th Volvo ocean race. So who knows where it can lead? But first of all, you've got to get your head down and do a good job, and I'm sure he'll do that.
I wanted to do this for a long time. It's actually the reason I started sail making was to do something like this. So I'm grateful for the opportunity and hope the deal gets well soon. But at the same time, it's given me a great opportunity which I couldn't pass up.
With Azam, the rest of the fleet leaves for Auckland. The boats are back in racing mode. Leg 4 will take the fleet across the South China Sea and in a southern direction beyond the Philippines. They avoid the Solomon Islands before reaching New Zealand and their final destination of Auckland. Leg 4 is notorious for its hard start, and the weather in the South China Sea is unforgiving. The sailors are bracing themselves for what's coming.
We know that we have tough days in front of us. We have forecast about 30 knots or more, big waves. So we have to be smart to use the boat in the right way. Try don't break it and keep it safe.
It's a pretty notorious part. This is in my top 3 or 4 worst points of the race that I hate coming up.
Bang all the time. It's not fast and it's really not comfortable. But it's life. It's life at the extreme.
Eric's teammate Wolf also discovers how tough life can be in these conditions.
Today I was grinding on the pedestal. I just switched with Thomas and there's a big wave hit me, and I was trying to hold the pedestal, but it's still very hard, and I just turned over and fell down, and I hit my face on the leeward helm.
Very unstable, quite windy. We're having 26 knots of breeze in the face, big waves also in the face. So it's a very bumpy ride and wet.
Sort of really loud crashing and banging. It gets a bit tedious when you're trying to sleep, but you do get used to which noises are good and which ones are bad. We got more good ones and bad ones so far, but that's good.
These people are gonna break stuff. Mark my words.
Justin's prediction is proven correct, as 3 teams have to deal with sail breakages in a matter of hours. Thankfully, the winds shift and the teams can take a break from the rough environment.
I think there's quite a break just there.
Survived the rough stuff, and now it's time to eat some food, I think, and recharge the batteries a little bit.
With the sea state a lot calmer, it's decision time. Team SCA and Brunel make the bold decision to go north, heading towards Taiwan in the search for stronger winds, while the rest of the fleet hugs the coast off the Philippines.
The fleet is split.
I think in the long run, 7-8 days, the northerly route will pay off, and of course that's always crossing fingers.
130 miles south of Brunel and SCA, the fleet is reflecting on the breakaway move.
Yeah, we just passed the north of Philippines this morning. Apparently we have to move to the northeast, but the wind we have is not what we expected, so it's not funny. But it's the same for everybody. There's a big separation since yesterday afternoon with Brunel and Team SCA. It looks like it could be a good move for them, and it's a bit we are a bit nervous.
Il y a un tout petit peu de vent, là, sous le bord du nuage.
I don't want to look at SCA and Brunel because I feel they will smash us, but I don't want to see it. Basically, we are where we didn't want to go. We have 3 other boats close to us. We can see them for now, so we have to fight with this group and make the best of it.
Only time will tell who has made the right decision. Next week, the rough conditions take their toll on some of the sailors.
For me, it's a little bit tough. My head is moving around.
And we catch up with Nick Bice in Australia to see how his house move is progressing.